Oh, I guess I have this thing about buffets. How do you guys feel about buffets? I know it's worth the money if you eat a lot of food, but I don't eat that much food because I want to stay skinny. And yes, I do have fat phobia. And first and foremost, fat phobia comes to me first. I don't think I would never insult anyone. I think I don't know how to explain this. Fat phobia does not mean I hate fat people. It just means that I'm afraid of getting fat. And that's probably like societal bullshit, whatever. I hope anyone that is heavier understands that I love you guys as people, like you're beautiful souls, and that's not how I see you. But I've totally objectified myself for so long because I'm a woman slash daddy issue slash, just in general, just whatever life. And I do have fat phobia that I do try to work on, but it's still there. Anyways, I cannot go to a buffet and actually eat that much food. Can you guys? I don't even know if it's worth it. It's not that it's gluttonous, but I'm not getting my bang for my buck. I could never eat that much food where I think it would be worth going. But everyone I know loves going. So then it's like, I just spend $50 to like not eat food. Hello, someone. Obesity equals more health problems minus muscular people. Hey, thank you for watching. I love that. I love that you're back. Thank you for coming back. Let's see. Obesity equals more health problems. Well, no, duh, it equals more health problems. Minus muscular people. Okay. So we're talking about BMI, right? BMI is confusing because of those muscular people. But I mean, most people are not that muscular. I don't know. I don't know. I think with fitness influencers, they're so fucking annoying because they always complain about BMI. They're like, BMI is nothing. BMI is nothing. But I'm like, most people don't look like you. So like, relax. Like, it is something to most people. And it is probably a good indicator for the majority of people who are not on steroids. So can you just relax? My little thing about fitness influencers. Sorry. But thank you for chiming in. How have you been? If you want to talk, I would love to talk to you. But if you don't have time either, you could just listen in. That's fine. Your choice. I'm big on choice. What did I say about it? How do you guys feel about fat? Like, fat is a hard thing, I think a lot of people have a lot of trauma with all that. That's cool if you want to let's not call lurking. That's cool if you just want to listen. I appreciate that you want to listen. Okay, yes, I would say, let me go back to that. Fat trauma. I like that everyone's more sensitive about calling people fat because we are not fat. We have fat. Everyone has fat. And we are not fat. I used to not care about words that much, about how we say words, but it really does make a difference. It's either guilt or shame. And then we don't want to be shamed. We don't even want to be guilty, but at least we could be not shameful about it. Like, I am not depression. I am not anxiety. Like when you say I'm anxious or I'm depressed, it's like saying that you're always going to be like that or that that's a part of your identity. When it's not, you just have it temporarily. It's a current event. And that's the same with fat. Like, I have fat and that's okay. I have depression and that's okay. I have anxiety and that's okay. So you're not stalking. I actually had a stalker, so I know the difference. My stalker used to harass my boyfriend, now husband, and tell him about what I was doing. Like if I was out in Vegas and partying, he would like convince my boyfriend I was cheating on him. And like, he knew his work, even like he knew his phone number, and he would call him at like 9 o'clock at night, or like he would tell him about stuff. It was really crazy. We got a detective. Actually, the funny thing about that was he was a coworker of mine and I didn't know he was my stalker, and I was gossiping about it because at the time, even though it should have been scary, I was not scared. I thought it was kind of cool because I like just wanted to be more easygoing. I've always had that personality to compensate for my mom being like so dramatic. So I always be like, it's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal. But it was a big deal. Anyways, so I was gossiping with him and his face was like seriously, it went cold, ghostly, and I didn't know why. And then my boss calls me into a meeting because I told him that I had a stalker. And then he said that he thought it was that guy that I was just telling the gossip to. And I was like, oh, that makes sense. Oh, I'm funny. I like literally like telling my stalker that he's stalking me. Oh, I think he stopped stalking me too because I told him I got a detective, and then I think it just scared him, which is good. Yes, so you're not stalking. You are listening. Unless you think that's funny, because I also think it's funny to troll, but I don't know. Lurking is so sad. It's so sad. Okay. Also, why do you come back? I'm just curious. I hope it helps me with, what's it called? Getting information about my consumers. Like, what did you like about my live streams? Why do you like it? I mean, it's cool if you don't answer too, but yeah, why do you like it? Isn't just because you know, I mean, is it because I'm pretty? I don't know. I don't want to say that I'm pretty. It sounds really, what's it called? Not humbling to say you're pretty. In Asian culture, you're supposed to be more modest. I'm not that modest, but I don't, with strangers, I pretend to be so that they don't think I'm obnoxious. But anyways, yeah, is it just because of the face? Are you just using me, or do you actually enjoy my content? It's cool either way, because I mean, I dressed up for this for a reason. So one day I want to say, if I get really popular on Twitch, that I'm like, if anyone asks me what I do for a living, I'm gonna say that I'm a webcam girl. I think that's so funny. It doesn't land with everyone that I tell that joke to, but I just think that's so funny. Let's see. Oh, I wanted to talk about the milk industry too. It always goes back to guilt or perfectionism. That is my huge topics for me. But like, with the milk industry, cows are not treated well. Okay. But we shouldn't feel bad about milk, because milk isn't everything, and it's hard to be a vegan, and we're trying our best. I mean, we don't have to consume as much as, you know, forever, every day, you know, got milk kind of situation where you have like the mustache and everything. But I also think we shouldn't feel bad for drinking milk. I think if you want to stop because you want to, but I don't think you should feel guilty about it. I think that's, again, the milk industry's problem. But we want to have more conscientious businesses. People want that, but I don't think everyone's just in survival mode, and that shouldn't be on us to change the world. I honestly should be on the politicians to fucking change the world, but those fucking politicians are just complacent motherfuckers, or just ruining, at the least, they are complacent. At the worst, they're fucking up the world. Hi, I'm bored, so I watched random streams. Hi, thank you for first time chatting. I appreciate that. How are you? Tell me about your life. Where are you from? I live in California. I don't know if you wanted to know that. I was just talking about milk and guilt, because guilt is a huge part of my existence. I'm guilty for living. I don't think I deserve to take space. I think a lot of people feel like that. Oh, you're from France. Cool. I'm part French. I just said that. I'm Vietnamese, and my great grandfather colonialized. If you feel guilty about that, you shouldn't, because it wasn't you. Just saying. See, it always goes back to guilt. How's your day going? It's Friday. Are you doing anything fun for the weekend? I am. I don't know if you're continuing. It's so sad because with the 0 follower views or whatever, I can't tell if anyone's still there. But if you're not, or if you're like still typing away, so I'm gonna give you some space to do that while I eat my food. If anyone cares, I'm quite skinny, and I work really hard to be this skinny. So I don't know. It doesn't look good because I'm not on YouTube. Well, in general, I don't. You know how like on YouTube, it's like it looks really good, their food, and then they have like, I don't know, they make it designs like they're fucking chefs. My food looks like the stuff you like that comes out of you, but not like into you. But it's good for you. So I have like steel oats with like some maple syrup from my child's leftover maple syrup. This is not me, fresh maple syrup. This is like my child. Okay, I would make her some fruit and then a waffle, and then there's maple syrup on it. I will save the maple syrup because maple syrup is delightful, and it's very expensive. So then I'll scrape it all into my oatmeal that has no sugar in it, and then it'll taste pretty good. But like, I always eat my kids' leftover crap. It's like, I'm like the garbage can at the end of everything, which is really sad. Oh, okay. I love that you've been here I'm here for about 25 more minutes. Thank you for letting me know. I will also leave around 11, so that works out for me too. I go grocery shopping. I go groceries, buy some luck game, and back to geeking. Sorry for my bad English. Are you saying? Let me dissect that. You don't have to be sorry for your bad English. The fact that you know all those words is better than me. I know. I took French when I was in college. I think I can only, I don't even know. How do you say my name is? No, let me see. No, I can't remember anything. See? So funny. So you like to... Jen Lapel, thank you. Good for you. Oh, okay. Lottery ticket. Spent 30, win 24. Oh, you won $24. That's nice. Actually, really terrible with the lottery. I believe in the statistics. I know it's fun for people, so like no shame. Everyone should do their own thing. But I do not have good luck when it comes to the lottery. So if that happens, same with gambling. I live in Los Angeles, which is 4 hours away from Vegas, and I would go to Vegas chronically as a 20-something-year-old, and I played once and I suck. I don't win. If anything, if you want to win, if you were hanging out with me, you would probably have to, if I bet on something, you could probably bet on the opposite and probably win. So I would think that would be your strategy if you're hanging out with me and I was playing, we were gambling together. What part of France are you from? I was actually in southern France a long time ago. And then I went to the Grand Prix thing. Is that what it's called? Where it's that fancy casino. Very fancy, very beautiful. Couldn't believe it. I wish I partied more when I was in France, but I think at the time it was only me and my two girlfriends, and we're foreign, and I was scared. I think they were more scared than I was, but I did want to like meet people and hang out and drink, but life. I try to socialize online because in real life I don't know how to hang out with people. I think that's completely fair, actually. I think it's very brave of you for socializing here, so welcome. I'm glad that you shared that with me because I think that's also very vulnerable of you to say. I think actually I am so good at socializing in general. I think a great thing, I think what I find very appealing about people when I'm making a friend is their vulnerability. I think if they can say, I feel this way, like I don't have to be perfect. I just feel messy. I get scared. Whatever. Then I feel like I can actually be their friend. If we were just socializing and just talking about the weather all day, I don't mind talking about the weather a little bit, but there's something more authentic about someone who can be more vulnerable. I think also it means that you're also safe enough to say those things. But I don't know if you're male. Most of the people on Twitch are male, so I assume you're a male. I understand that's really hard to do too. Most men are not trained to show their imperfections. Is that why you think you do it online? And also, do you even want to make friends? I was just reading this thing on Bored Panda about how this motherfucker who was very insensitive said that if you have no friends, you're the problem. And I went on a huge rant about it, about how it's such a blanket statement to say that you're the problem. I feel like it's a societal problem because there's a huge epidemic of lonely people, especially in America, lonely men. And it's a cultural problem. It's a societal problem. It's not because you're the problem. And also sometimes you don't want fucking friends. So don't say that like just because you have no friends, you are a problem. You know what I mean? And then there's other things too. I was just like, some things are just out of your control. Some things are out of your control. You can't just blame it all on yourself. That's my little rant about people being insensitive. I think we can all be a little bit more sensitive. Yes, I used to play tennis. Okay. But with my indigestion, I stop. Now I do nothing. Even at tennis, I wouldn't talk much. So I need to find new ideas how to hang out. I see. I'm sorry about that. That sucks. I think if I couldn't sing, I'd be really upset. Sometimes I think about how I have a voice and I'm lucky to be able to talk. I think the same thing about running. If I couldn't run, I'd be really upset. So I can hear that that's very painful. That learning to pivot and be adaptable is really hard. But I think you can, because the fact that you're talking about it, you see that you have a problem and you want to fix it. That's amazing. Tennis. Does that mean you can't do anything physical? Maybe there's a walking group that you can join. What else is there? Do you enjoy just having, what's it called? Is that called parallel play? It's kind of like parallel play where you're like doing something next to somebody, but you don't necessarily want to talk to them. Or I guess it's like you are playing a game together, but you don't actually want to talk to them. So is that kind of the thing you want to do? Where you want to play near them or around them or with them, but you don't actually want to talk to them? Or do you want to talk to them, but you're too scared? Or you worried that you have nothing to say that's like good enough to say? While you type away, I am going to eat. Yes, when I'm with people, I'm very silent. I don't have desire to talk or idea, but if I stay silent, it's really boring. Do you think it's boring for that person, or do you think it's boring because you're next to somebody? Because you're silent when you're next, like by yourself, and you don't think it's boring, right? So it's probably because you worry that they don't like that you're not conversing with them. All the questions. And then also, what about if people they're talking to you, right? They're trying to ask you questions. Isn't that, do you just say like a short word that ends the conversation? Or because conversation flows because if someone's next to someone, most of the time someone will try to say something, because it's very uncomfortable standing next to someone and just being completely silent. And like, you have to be really comfortable with someone to be that silent. I feel like if I was hanging out with you and playing tennis with you, I would start up a conversation just because I could not deal with that silence. While you talk, or while you chat away or text away or, type away, I want to just read some stuff from Bored Panda because it's funny. Let's see. Someone said, don't forget your birth control. Okay. And then question mark. Oh my God. It's one of those, they said, don't forget your birth control. It's one of those like those shoes that have like the individual toes. Those are really gross. Oh, it was his father that said it. It says, fuck off, dad, at the end. Huh, that's funny. Oh my God. I do not love those. You know what's funny? Okay, I have a minimalistic shoe too when I run because it's like better. I read that it's better for you to have like a minimalistic shoe because like cavemen did. It's really ugly, but that shoe with the toes, it's really, really ugly. Okay, you responded. Let's see. Yes, it's stressful too. When I go to the store, I talk to the seller with one sentence, and then I'm nervous because I don't know what to say. That's fair. So you have social anxiety. And then the more you go out and have those interactions, I'm sure you feel more of that anxiety. Oh, I know someone who has some social anxiety, and I have to say that I feel like that person is a very lovely person. I feel like you're probably a very lovely, I don't know you. I don't know you from Adam, but I can just assume that you're a very lovely person. And there's something in your mind that's getting in your way, and I swear no one thinks about you as much as you think about yourself and what you're saying. You can fuck it up all day long and they will still think you're an amazing person because it has nothing. Let's see, I fuck up all day long. I will, and I talk a lot. So I do, there has to be something in there that's fucking up. And they just, if you have a great heart, people see what's it called? People say that when someone dies, they don't remember anything that person says. They only remember how that person made them feel. So if you think about it like that, it doesn't matter what you say. It just matters how you made that person feel. And this is one of those things that like is such a oxymoron, but I think it's so true, that self-actualization happens when you stop thinking about yourself so much. And you just do you. And that happens which is ironic, right? Because then you self-actualize because you're not in your head anymore. You stop thinking about what other people think about you. You just start thinking about how you feel, or how you want to make others feel, or how you want to share something. This is like I'll just talk about this because it's like kind of on the same lines. And then, yes, I'm making a book and I'm terrified of marketing. I always think it's so salesy. I don't want to interrupt my friends. I don't want to bother my friends. And then I was saying to myself that after I make this book that I think is really amazing, I get to share it. It has nothing to do with me anymore. That book I made is not about me anymore. Yeah, it has my name on it, which it doesn't because my name is Vietnamese. So it doesn't go with like what I'm going with, the vibe I'm going with. So it's a fake author name. But it's not my book anymore. It's the world's to share. So if I think about it in a way that is not about me anymore, I'm not trying to ask somebody to buy my book because I want to make money. I'm trying to share a book that I think people might like, if I think about it like that. So I would say the same thing about you. When you're talking to people, try to focus on how can I make this person feel alive, or like feel good about themselves, or how can I make this person feel seen, and as opposed to thinking about, oh my God, I have to say the right thing, or like, oh my God, I'm like bucking it. And also you can also lean into the fact that you're bucking it, like sometimes I say fuck that up and then people think that's really charming. If you could just be like, I'm a little uncomfortable in my skin, I'll own it, fuck. When I was younger, I was not very beautiful, so I used to make a lot of ugly jokes. Anyways, lean into it. It's cute. It's charming. People might like that, If you call yourself out first, then there's nothing awkward about it if you can say, this is going to be awkward, because I'm a little awkward. You straight up say that, then it becomes funny. It doesn't become this, like, serious awkward thing. It becomes a funny awkward thing. Okay, sorry. Moving on. What did you say? Need more practice with people, less computer. Oh, but then you're going to leave me. But you're right. You need more practice with people. And that's okay. Like, this is kind of practice, is it not? Or do you say you do this a lot and you're really comfortable with this kind of relationship? What do I do for a living? And you know what? It's funny because you live in France. You're not supposed to ask that question. That's a huge question people say in America. And it makes me feel really bad about myself. See, lean into it. So I used to be, good God, in my 20s, I was going through a midlife crisis, and I tried a bunch of crap, bunch of stuff, and then I failed at stuff, and then anyways, I was demoralized, and I stopped. I have a sugar daddy. My husband let me live like basically like a stay-at-home wife before I became a stay-at-home mom. And people used to ask me, I mean, I'm at parties, I think I'm very captivating, so I take up a lot of space. I'm always talking. And then if they don't know me, they'll ask me what I do for a living. And then I say I don't do anything. It's complete awkward. It's like crickets fucking up in here. And then it's fine. I'm okay with it because at the time I was not. Americans think it's their identity, right? Well, it's not. It's not our identity. What we do is just this trivial thing that we do to get paid so that we can survive in life. That's not our humanity. It's not us. It took me a long time to understand that on my own, though. Lots of therapy. But I like what I do. I don't necessarily know. It doesn't make any money, but I love being a mom. I don't love being a mom. I love my child. I'm good at it. It's meaningful. I get to do this Twitch thing because it's fun. I'm writing a book. Does not make me money yet. It's my first book. I'm writing it with ChatGPT. And I don't know. I'm just living day by day. And I'm pretty happy with how I'm living. I was just talking about that in my title of the book, or the title of this, before this Twitch just chatting thing. My first one, which no one was listening to, was saying that success is not just how much money you make, what you do for a living, how much fame you have, how much recognition you have. Success starts from this thing that it's hard to explain. I would be so terrified to write a book before. I really would have. Like, I think I'm very similar to you, was very uncomfortable in my own skin. When I was in my high school, I was a very uncomfortable kid. I mean, I grew up really badly, and I didn't have that, I didn't have confidence. But I think success would be not caring a little less every day. You're not going to do a perfect job of not caring about what other people think of you, but trying your best to care more about what you think of you. How do you think about you? How do you feel in your own body? Like, it doesn't matter if, oh my God, let me tell you, I used to be lame in high school, really lame, and I'm okay with that. I was not okay with it before. And now I think I'm cooler. But then I would ask myself, is this action cool? Is this action lame? Is this action cool? Am I being cool right now? Oh, am I being lame right now? I am very philosophical. Yes. Oh, you think I'm a philosopher? That is my thing in life. I hope I am. I mean, I hope it's good philosophy though, not like crazy philosophy. But anyway, so I got this tattoo. It's huge. It's all over my back now. I look so ghetto. I swear I'm not, because I mean, I think a lot, so I'm intelligent too. But I got this tattoo, and I think it looks like I'm cool. But I don't think that's fair to say. I think now, in a certain moment, I will do something that might be labeled as cool, but I'm going to call it myself. And then if I'm doing something fucking lame, like I like something that's lame, I'm into whatever people might think is lame, I'm still going to say it's just me. I don't need to define myself by these labels. Like, I'm lame, I'm cool. Like, I got a tattoo because I felt like it. I liked what it looked like. I liked what it's like, symbolic bullshit, whatever. I just wanted it. I don't fucking care. It doesn't have to define me as a person. Just like anything else. Like, you might have some social anxiety, but that doesn't define you. That doesn't mean you're lame. It just means like you just have this and it's a part of who you are right now. But it doesn't also make you less. I had a lot of hate for my high school self. Just so much hate, because I always wanted to be cool. It was like such a stupid thing. But I'm starting to learn that woman, or that little girl, that teenager, was a beautiful person. And I bet you're a beautiful person. Even if you have social anxiety, even if you're uncomfortable in your skin, there's a reason why you're uncomfortable in your skin. And it has nothing to do with you, probably because your upbringing was rough. Probably. And you're worthy even if you're uncomfortable in your skin. I guess I tried to tell myself that too, because I really hated on her, that high school me. And I tried so hard to be the opposite of her. And I feel like I succeeded, but that's just like not making me a whole person. You know what I mean? Like, that's not going to, I need to accept that part of my life and love her, because there was a reason why she was going through all that and why she felt the way she did. And she didn't feel worthy at the time. And I want to be there for her now to tell her she was worthy then, even if she didn't feel like it. And I want you to know that too, I guess. I mean, if you're still listening, even if you didn't, that was really helpful for my own like childhood soul. So thank you for that. What do you do for a living? I don't or I hope that, did you get any insight from that? I was just blabbing a lot this whole time, but I hope it was helpful. Sorry, I'm holding my heart because that's how, this is therapy. It was a deep question. What was a deep question? Like, you asking me what I did for a living? Anyways, this is a therapy thing. They tell you to hold your heart when you feel pain or something, you feel in a type of way. Self hugs help too. Yes, my kid will like abuse the shit out of me, and then I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna hug myself in the corner and be sad. Fun stuff, guys. Fun. Yeah, let me know. I mean, what else would you like to talk about? If you don't want to, we could talk about anything. We could talk about what you do for a living. We could talk about your hobbies. You can talk about where you plan to travel or your plans for your life, goals. Maybe you can make a plan for socializing. Even something small. I don't know. Let's ask ChatGPT. ChatGPT is my favorite jam. I literally use it for all my like almost therapy shit. Almost all the time. I have a therapist, but ChatGPT is like my second therapist. Let me see. Let's see. How to socialize for maybe smaller interactions for if one is socially anxious. I mean, you have social anxiety, but you know, whatever. Oh, you're leaving? ChatGPT did not say you had to go. But it's okay, you had to go. You already told me you were leaving. Okay, bye. It was really good seeing you. I'm glad you listened in. I hope all that was good. And ChatGPT would never do that to me. He wouldn't do me dirty. Anyways, have a good one. Let's see. What does it say? Start small, low pressure interactions. Okay. Ooh, it says smile or nod at neighbors, cashiers. Maybe not your neighbor, because I even get I still have social anxiety. Neighbors are tough because sometimes they might not look at you and you see them every fucking day. It's a commitment. Maybe the cashier. The cashier seems like a low stress thing to try, or your coworkers. It says say thank you when someone holds the door or gives you a hand. Compliment. Oh, I know what's great. You know what helps me all the time? People love it when you ask questions. They fucking love talking about themselves. People just love talking about those motherfucking selves. And I actually love talking to people because I like getting to know everyone. And my best friend calls me, he says hanging out with Tin is like riding with the Riddler, because literally I'll be asking question after question. I will not even let you finish your answer before I start a new question about your life. But yeah, people like it when you're interested in what they're interested in, or you're interested in their life. They love that. Another thing I do a lot is compliment. Yeah, I'll just say, like, I give a lot of people grace naturally, and I think people really like that. Because if you're just, like, if you notice that you can be judgmental, maybe if you could just think of how that person might be in that position, then you won't. And then that really always helps me. Like, I had a friend, this fucking bastard. I mean, I literally judge him in my head. Oh, let me read your thing first, and I'll tell you about my stupid ass friend. Yes, my only interaction is going to buy food, but that's 10 seconds interaction, not enough. Oh, no, that is plenty for you for now. I feel like baby steps is really the way to go. I do not have that much time left. I have 4 minutes, but I'll let you know. I am friends with my grocers. I love, when I see them, I'm always very excited, and I ask them how their lives are, whatever. Okay, so during that time, the food's going in and they're just doing their job. You can ask them how their day is going, talk about the weather, just something really casual at first, right? Like now I can talk to my grocer about her grandchildren and my child, because there's something in common. Like we have kids around that same age together. Anyways, you can say things like that, like, oh, it's so hot today, or like, it's a good thing that you're still working and there's AC in this grocery store, or like, when do you get off tonight? Like, are you almost done with your time here? Are you ready to check out? Or what are you doing this weekend? I do that all the time. What are you doing this weekend? People like talking about their weekends. Questions are really nice. Or commenting on the weather is a really nice way to ease into any social lubricant. Anyways, let's see. What else can you do? Also, if this is not a space where you want suggestions, that's okay. We could just talk about how you feel. That's okay too. Step by step, we can go far. Exactly. I have this really, I don't know. I was looking back. I'm fucking 33. Fuck. I'm old. I'm used. I talk about this all the time. I say men age like wine, women age like fruit. Anyways, 33 is not easy for me as a woman. I would say, when I was looking back on my life, especially when I turned 30, I am amazed at how much you could do in a decade. If you have an intention to be, I was so uncomfortable when I was 20. Here, I have a picture of myself. This is my driver's license. I will show, if you come back, please follow me. I mean, you don't have to. Look at me pointing at you like you have to. You don't have to, but like, if you follow me, I'll come back with my old driver's license. I look different. I look like I had plastic surgery, but like, I did not, but I did look like it. It was like, Anyways, 20-year-old, you can do a lot in 10 years. You can do a lot in a decade. Yeah, that first interaction, it's just compounding, right? It's just one baby step by baby step. And it's okay if you are scared that first time too, and you decide you can't do it yet. It could still be your journey. It doesn't mean that even if you back out, you can. Thank you. I love that. You followed me. I love it. Thank you. Even if you backed out of trying this thing, I would say that you were brave enough to have the intention. Like everything, the intention is always going to be the driving force, and that we should always give ourselves grace for that, the process of learning. It's always going to be 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, but you're still going to make it, you know? Yeah, you will come back. Okay, I'm always here at 9 to 11 PST on Fridays and Mondays. The Monday is starting. But anyways, yes. I have to leave now and pick up my daughter. But this was really fun. I'm so grateful that you spent time. I'm so grateful that you were vulnerable enough to talk about this problem you want to address, you know? Like, we all have problems. No one should ever feel shame about their problems. Like, I don't know why we always pretend we have to hide our problems. I'm messy as shit. Yes, anyways, nice to meet you too. I'm so glad you clicked. I will see you next time. All right, bye. Narcissists and cults are a huge thing, and they love bomb you, and there's intense praise in the beginning, but what's helped me, I don't know about the cults, but what helps me, I know that they're manipulating me, but you know how like internally you still feel those oxytocin, the connection, like you feel worthy, you love that feeling. Like I love that feeling. I would say what helped me was that if you think about a narcissist, they care a lot about what people think of them to an obsessive degree. And I was just thinking how exhausting that must be, like how unattractive that is. I mean, I know everyone's to some extent thinks about other people and how they think about them, which is fine because sometimes, you know, you don't want to be a dick. So yeah, you kind of want to like act more nicely. So then because you care what other people think of you. But a narcissist will go way too far and it's not sexy. So if that helps you, that has helped me get over the disillusionment of like the illusion that he's perfect and amazing and whatever. Because I know that he's not, but you can't help again that feeling. But you need to find something you're not turned on by that like will push you over the edge. Because there were a lot of red flags. Like I knew he was a dick. I knew that, you know, he was insecure. I didn't need that. None of that was pushing me over the edge. But when I thought about how he was too much, he cared too much about what other people think of him, that like really helped me stop thinking about him. I like barely think about this guy anymore. It's like magic. Let's see. Ooh, I wanted to do some funny stuff. Like I said, I wanted to do something less heavy, and let's toggle back to something positive. I think Bored Panda was a cute website that I can go to. Sure. If men, there's this thing that says, on Twitter, this girl said, from CJ, if men didn't exist, who would protect you? Or Aura said, protect me from who? Ah! I love that, because like you would be protected from men. Men are the ones who would do the... I love that. Oh, I love that. That's a funny one. Let's see. Someone else. Ratio in TikTok. Can someone please tell me why schools in Europe have no security? Ryan Law says, we have like a whole ocean between us and America. How much more security do you want? That's true because of guns. It's so sad. You can't buy a gun at the supermarket in Europe. Oh, damn. I didn't know. Can you buy a gun in America at the supermarket? I didn't know that. That's sad. Tariffs will finally bring some prices down, hopefully, like the iPhone and Samsung's phone. $1,000 to $1,200 is ridiculous. Apologies for the very personal question, but were you homeschooled by a pigeon? Okay, so I don't know if anyone knows, but tariffs are just taxes on imports and exports. And also, okay, if people just love Trump. I don't want to talk about this all too much because I hate politics and it bores me to death. But Samsung's phone is that expensive because Samsung is trying to make so much profit off of you. They know that you need a phone no matter what, and they're going to charge you it because they think you need them. This is called late stage capitalism, where you need it so much that they can charge you whatever, and they're a monopoly. There's no competition. I mean, iPhones are their competition, which cost just as much. So it's like they're all kind of working together to bring us down. And tariffs are not going to help. If anything, they're going to make everything more expensive, not cheaper, which makes no sense. Yeah. But I don't know where people get their information. I'm so sad. There's so much misinformation in the world. Damn. Next thing, about that jet from Qatar. Remember that the Statue of Liberty was a gift from a foreign country to the country, not the president, you dense plaque of wood. Oh my God. Oh, did Trump get a jet? Wow. Deep breath, guys. Deep breath. What the fuck? That's crazy. I swear, everyone has so much defense for him. I hate that we talk about him so much. I'd rather talk about the Kardashians than Trump. But why do we always have a narcissist that we're talking about? But they act so crazy. How can you not talk about them? Okay, next thing. Men only want one thing and it's disgusting. And then someone wrote back, then wash it. I love that. That's funny. Remote jobs are terrible for your mental health. I want to socialize with everyone. I need to know if the woman in HR is going to get divorced or not. You're the exact reason the rest of us want to stay home. What? I like juice, actually. I love gossip. I think it's nice to gossip. I don't think it's nice. I mean, I know it's supposed to be like sinful or whatever. It's not I wouldn't want to, I'm not necessarily proud of gossiping, but I like it. It's kind of like, there's so many other things. I don't lie, I don't steal, I don't cheat, I'm a good person, and this is my vice, and I'm okay with that. I have accepted the fact that I'm a gossip whore. If you're gonna tell me something, you can expect it going to a lot of people. People still tell me stuff, it's not my fault. I mean, it is my fault, but whatever. If you don't have any friends, you're not introverted. You're a problem. Damn, that's fucked up. Someone comment back, if you think being an extrovert gives you the right to bash introverts for not having friends, then you are not an extrovert. You're a astrovert, meaning you're an ass. I like that. I don't know why you would say you're a problem just because you have no friends. I think that's a really blanketed statement to say just because you have no friends. Men do not have friends, and they're not the problem. I think that could be a cultural thing for sure. And there's a huge loneliness epidemic in America, and there could be a lot of things going on there too. Like, we just had a pandemic. A lot of people are still terrified, a lot of people. What about like the people who are really sickly, that have cancer or whatever, and they don't want to get COVID because they don't want to die, so then they don't have friends? It's just hard to say. Or also, like, sometimes it's not your fault. Some things are not in your control. But yeah, if you want friends, then that is in your control. You can do something about it. You can do something about it every single day. You always have a choice to do something about it. And yeah, it's going to be hard to make friends. It's not easy, but it can be possible if that's something you want to do. But I don't think it's okay to say that we're the problem if you don't have any friends. If you're not the problem, but you have a problem. if it's a problem to you too, because I think it's a huge thing where it says, if you don't want to have kids, you shouldn't have kids. If you don't want to get married, you shouldn't get married. If you don't want to have a boyfriend or girlfriend, you shouldn't have to. If you don't want to be in a monogamous relationship, then you don't want to. If you don't want to have friends, then you don't have a problem. You wanted to not have friends. That was a solution to your problem. Okay, next thing. Ben Shapiro said, my wife, who it is rumored is a doctor, okay, stayed up at night with my 5-year-old because my girl has a brutal cough due to flu. Tonight is my turn. My wife then got up and went to work to care for her patients. That's feminism, not something babies outside the womb. I don't know what it got blocked out. You're a podcaster. You probably should have done both nights. I love that. I like that Ben Shapiro said that they take turns waking up in the middle of the night, I mean, feminism is that, yeah, he has a job too, and so they both take care of their child, and they're up all night. That's their job too. As parents, you have a kid, so you're both should caregive. That is feminism. I actually think feminism's a lot of things. Like, this guy wants to sue this woman for alimony because they were divorced, and he did support her in her career. I think that's feminism. I know that a lot of people just use feminism to double dip. Like, they want the rights. Some women want the right to have more rights, but then they'll complain if they have to pay alimony. And it's just like, you wanted feminism. No, this is feminism. And then the same with men. I know men who would say, I want to pay 50-50 because this is I'm feminist, and then go around and still like get paid for lots of things on the side but they won't say it's not feminist. They don't acknowledge that was your money too. And so I know a lot of people who just want to see things in their own view, and feminism gets very murky because people are murky. But feminism is, if a woman has more finances, then she should pay for alimony for a guy. That's how feminism works. Like, that guy supported you too. He was in a marriage with you too. You cannot deny that he had some, even if you can deny that he was not always there for you, and it sucks, but you did marry him, and that is a legal thing that like is there for a reason, because a lot of times women will support their men and then they get divorced because the bastard cheated on her. This is such a stereotypical thing, but it's like funny. The bastard will cheat on her, and then what if she had nothing to do after, even though she supported him? So that's why that law was there. It would be the same if it was for a man. So I digress. Next thing, silly but legit exercise question. How come my watch doesn't say it looks like you're exercising when I make boom boom with my partner? Oh my God. It doesn't register workouts shorter than 3 minutes. That person said, I'll see myself out. That's so funny. Life. Tim Pool says, drive my Seabird truck this weekend. One old lady in the car got super close on the highway and started staring at us. We thought she might hit us. One guy gave us a thumbs down. Another lady rolled down her window and started screaming. We really just ignored it all, to be honest. Okay. You didn't ignore it if you wrote about it. That's true. I think I'm like this too. I am guilty of doing that, where I'm like, I'm over it and I'm not really over it. Or like, you do care. Why would you talk about it, right? But we all do that. Okay. Let's see. Let me talk about something I want to talk about too. I had some things. I don't want to talk about that. Actually, might as well. So ChatGPT always tells me that I shouldn't call people narcissists because I don't technically know. I'm not a therapist, which I get, but like it's also easier to just call them narcissistic. But then anyways, so then ChatGPT told me to just say what their behavior is. Like, they manipulate their family into not talking to you. Or tell you that as a threat. So then that's like, I'm not technically saying that they're narcissistic, but these behaviors all add up. Again, I'm not there yet where I can't just say he's narcissistic or she's not narcissistic. So anyways, that was my thing. 10 minutes ago, someone followed me. Thank you. I appreciate that. I love it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me see. How many followers do I have? This is just so nice. I just appreciate you guys so much. I just wanted you to know. Oh, damn, I'm still talking. Let's see. I have 13 followers. Thank you. I love that. What was I going to say? I appreciate that you're listening. I appreciate that I'm not echoing into the infinite void that is the interweb. I had some things. Let's talk about this next. Cancel culture. It's not that I hate cancel culture. I feel like everyone that loves cancel culture is because we feel powerless, that people are not doing enough to rectify like these really terrible people at the top. Celebrities that do awful things get away with it. 1%ers, people who are super rich do awful things and get away with it. But I would also say that I don't think it's fair to cancel everyone. I don't think we should cancel everyone just because I think what we're doing is not exactly the way we should approach it. I think if we want to say to somebody, let's say it's a comedian, they're being hella racist. Let's just say that, right? They're being racist or they're making a bunch of fat jokes, whatever. Very offensive, right? I think what we could do is try to give them information. And then also we shouldn't come about it in a shameful way. We shouldn't be like, we gotta cancel you. That's not helping anyone. They didn't learn anything. I think if anything, we should be like, hey, I know you're trying to make a joke. I know that you just want people to laugh. I think sometimes when you say things like that, it can be very hurtful to people. I don't know for sure. And it's also your choice. It's your choice to do your information, like to see how someone would feel in those shoes. Okay. And, but also, okay. Yeah. It's your choice if you continue making racist fat jokes, right? Because you should always give them back their choice. That is their choice. Whatever they say out of their mouth, free fucking speech. It's so annoying, but it's true. It's like, it is free speech. And also it is on them. Like, you gave them something, you tried to give them information. They're not going to swallow it right away either. You shouldn't expect them to be enlightened just because you gave them information. Maybe they'll take some time to think about it. But because you went from a place of trying to give them information, trying to tell them how like this makes you feel, and then giving them back their choice instead of shaming them and canceling them, you kind of gave them the opportunity to learn. Okay? Like, they might have to sleep on it, whatever. And then maybe years from now, they'll like finally get it. But that's also okay, because we're all human and we learn slowly. Like, I can't say that I learned just because someone told me something. You know what I mean? And then if you feel insulted by something, this was a thing. I remember this was a thing. I think someone, oh, I know, it was the fox thing. You know, they did the fox eye thing with Bella Hadid. She has like those beautiful eyes, and it's like this, and then like women who were not Asian doing this, right, into their social media accounts. And then a bunch of Asian people were very offended. And then so then it becomes a huge thing and whatever, and then becomes like racist. Okay, first of all, was their intention to be racist or to be pretty? Like, obviously, it wasn't like they were making fun of Asian people. They wanted to look like Bella Hadid. That was their intention, okay? Let's just say that. Second of all, if you are getting PTSD, or you as an Asian person, whoever you are, whatever, you're getting triggered, you are getting triggered, then that is your body telling you to do something with your system. Because first of all, if it was racist, then we can call them out, right? But two, it wasn't racist. So now you have to focus on your body and like how you were feeling, and self-soothe yourself and say like, I know you felt like this, and maybe go to therapy so that you can get over that trauma, because like sometimes therapy can help you release some of that PTSD, that like emotional flashback, that trigger, if you go. And not just therapy, you can also like, there's ChatGPT, there's journaling, there's a lot of things you could do to make yourself feel better in that moment. But again, you can't put it back on those people. You can't just be like, I feel a type of way, I'm going to attack you now. That's not helpful. You're just making everything very messy, the world more messy. When, yeah, I know this thing happened to you. You were like, racism is real and you were traumatized by it, but also you have to see if that was racist. It was not racist. So now you can work on yourself. You know, you get the opportunity to, or that's how I feel when I get emotional flashbacks these days. When I get emotional flashback, it is my opportunity. I hate it. It makes me, I'm like crying my eyes out sometimes. And then it's my opportunity to work on it. Okay, done with that. I was gonna say, my friend is a great friend, and one time she called me dramatic about something that I don't think is very dramatic. I think it was about motherhood and how I was so stressed out. And then she said I was dramatic. And anyways, I felt gaslit, but that's not what happened. So I just wanted to say, again, it goes back to intention, right? So her intention was not to gaslight me. Gaslighting means that they are manipulating you and making you feel crazy and not validating you so that they can get away with something. My friend was just not validating me because she didn't know, she kind of flopped. Like we were talking about something heavy and maybe she didn't know what to say exactly, but she wanted to help me. That was her intention. So gaslighting means that your intention is to get away with something so that you don't have to be responsible for whatever thing you did that was wrong. And then for my friend, again, her intention was to help me. If anything, if you want to say something about that, I would say I feel invalidated, not gaslit, because she didn't gaslight me. So I think we can misuse the word, and it does matter because your friend will feel offended when you say things like, you gaslight me, you gaslit me, if that's not really about her trying to get away with something, if that makes sense. What is this pesticide? I wrote it, but I don't know why. I don't know if people actually follow me. Flying Bianca, thank you so much for following me. I really appreciate it. But I don't know if you're listening to me. Or sometimes I think people follow me when they're bots, but I don't know why I think that, because I didn't pay anyone to follow me. So why would a bot follow me, you know? This is me in politics again. There's people on the right and there's people on the left, okay? I know a lot of people who always say, I will never understand these people. It's their complaint about the people on the right or the people on the left. And then I was like, are you even trying to? Like, did you even ask them about their views? Why are you condemning them already? I'm not saying I would, personally, I'm on the left. I think you all know that. But if I was walking in their shoes, I can't say that I wouldn't be on the right, you know? I don't know what they feel. This all goes back to theory of mind. I don't know how they feel. Maybe they have like things in their brain that lights up with fear, because that's supposedly a thing. Maybe because they don't have awareness, or sometimes they're just not as educated, or sometimes they just really like culturally they like Trump because he's a macho man, and sometimes macho-ness is a huge thing in like Latino culture, so then they like that, you know? So we can't, if I was a male lost and then I see a macho man, like maybe I would like him, maybe I would vote for Trump, maybe I would like, he would be my cult leader. And I'm just saying, like, we should all know, even with ourselves, we should all know that there's a reason why we do something. There's a reason why we believe something. There's always a reason. You know, I think with my aunts, my aunts or my uncles never understood why I don't talk to my mom, I don't talk to my dad, whatever. They always like said like, oh, they love you, like totally invalidating my feelings. But when I talk to my cousins about this, who also have like really fucked up histories with their parents, I would tell myself, recently I've been telling myself that as a child, you want to love your parents. You really want to fucking love them. You needed them to survive. They fucking birthed you. They were your superhero. There will be a reason why you don't fucking love them anymore. Why you don't want a relationship with them anymore. People need to be curious about the reasons why people behave the way they do, as opposed to just being like dismissive or not understanding. It's like we all need to be curious, even with our own stuff. Like I was a serial dater, and I always broke up with my boyfriends all the time, and that I could feel shame about it. I could if I wanted to, like I don't want to. But I could totally feel shame about that. But I'm okay with it because I'm curious. I come from a curious place. I had really bad daddy issues. I understand that I had these issues that like did not. At the time, I was just young, young people fuck up, and that's okay. And I'm just saying you can be curious about the way you behave, so that I think that's a more approachable way to change your behavior, and you can be curious about how other people behave, so that you can understand why they behave the way they are, instead of condemning them. Because I don't think the right are necessarily bad people. I think they're scared people. I think we all want the same thing, but we're all saying different things. We're using different language to say the things that we want, but we all want Social Security. We all want to be cared for. We all want free education. We all want free healthcare. We don't want to pay an arm and a leg for like our insulin, because companies get so much more money. I think in Canada you can get insulin for like $5, but in America you get insulins for $20 because it's late stage capitalism. There is no regulations for companies. Regulations for companies means that the government is supposed to check up on a company who's fucking with you. Like say how the fucking chargers for your phone, your Apple phone, is this charger they made up so that they can charge you more money for your fucking phone. But like, so then, America sued, which is surprising because then there's, again, usually never any fucking regulations, but Europe sued first. Anyways, that's why insulin can cost whatever it wants to charge people, and like the consumer just fucks, like they don't care about consumers, and they can abuse their power as the business because they're not regulated. Moving on, what do I say? What did I want to say? Oh, I had some funny jokes. I thought it was funny. Thank you whoever liked my thing. I think I appreciate the like. That means someone is listening, even though it doesn't say so. Okay, I don't know if you guys care. You probably don't care anything about me because, again, this is all for you. Like, you probably watch me for your own thing because it's validating, or you think I'm funny. I don't fucking know. Maybe you like to look at me, whatever. But you watch me for your own reasons. Anyways, I just wanted to say that I am my ethnicity is Vietnamese. I'm Vietnamese, but I have a little bit of French. I had a little joke about it because it's like my great grandfather who like colonized and then moved to Vietnam and then like banged or raped or married my great grandmother, and here I am today. I made it. I thought that was a funny joke, so I said it, and now I'm over it. Oh, I had a joke about parenthood. Man, I am so tired of parenting. It can be exhausting, but I mean, I do it because I love my kid. It's an easy choice. I will really not care about all the work I do. It's painful for sure, but it's always an easy choice. If it helps my daughter, I'm going to do it. That's it. Easy enough. Anyways, so then I have this joke because I'm so tired all the time that like I'm on my deathbed. I'm like 80 or 90 years old on my deathbed, wanting to die, right? I'm so tired. I'm like hurting inside, cancer, whatever, who knows what. Oh, wanting to die. My daughter says, because every kid says, Mom, I still need you. Like, you have to live on. I still need you. Da, 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 da. I would just put my hand out and I'd be like, haven't you taken enough? Let me die in peace. I love that joke. I don't know why that was. I don't know. I think I was just thinking about that when I was super, super tired, but I just thought that was the funniest joke. Haven't you taken enough? Oh, I had this other one. My husband and I want to go to, I think it's Switzerland or Sweden, to die. Like those suicide pods or whatever. Like when it's our time. It's not like our time. Just like when we want to choose how we live and we want to choose how we die. And because whatever happens to us, say I have terminal cancer and it's not like it's coming. You know it's coming. And I don't want to be in this stage of life where my family has to take care of me. Not because I'm not worthy of being taken care of, because everyone is worthy of being taken care of. And some people really love the reward of taking care of their parents when they're on their deathbed or whatever. And that's fine, that's cool. But I just think for me, I don't want that for my daughter. I want to be able to die with my own dignity, my choice. I mean, maybe other people want to die by holding on with their children to have very, like, as many memories as they want. That's beautiful too. Everyone has their own specific way, and nothing's bad or wrong. It's just different. Anyway, so then my husband and I were talking about it, and then we were like, what if we didn't tell our daughter, Rory, that we are going to Switzerland or Sweden or whatever, and I always mix up the two, and then we go like first class, because you know, you're dying, you're gonna ball out, so you go first class. No, we're so cheap. We would go business class, and then Roy wouldn't know why we're going, and then we just go, and then we're like eating a nice steak, and we're going shopping. I don't know, not shopping, whatever, like really nice things, excursions, like spending time with the family, getting like the best liqueur, like 50 or 100 or 150 or 200-year-old wine or brandy or some shit, and enjoy the culture there. And then at the end, we, like, one of us dies and it traumatizes her. Somehow I think that was the funniest thing. We didn't tell her that we were going so that we could die. And then the next time someone, like the next parent who's like alone, right, says we should go, like, we're going to Switzerland again, and then she's like, what the fuck, like I thought that was funny. I mean, I know it's really twisted, but it's just a funny, I would never do that to my daughter. I just thought it was a funny thing to do. If you know, imagine it, just imagine it. It's not like I would actually do that. Okay, moving on. Let's see, what else do I have? This has been still fun. I don't know why. I like to bang out all these things that I have on my list of things to talk about.